911. Everywhere. Over the time. 333 South Street. What again?
Today we are at Fort Osage Fire exploring how you can become a firefighter. Hi, I'm McKenna Gilpin and I'm here at Fort Osage Fire with Gianni. What is the training process to becoming a firefighter?
For me, I went to the CTC at Fort Osage, so it was about 2 years. Half the day I'd go up to the CTC, and then I'd go back to my high school. The first year was fire, and then the second year was EMT.
What does a daily routine look like here?
It's just like at home, honestly. The only difference is when you get called, you have to go on calls. Throughout the day, we train physically, and we do group workouts and stuff.
How would you describe an EMT?
We go out and we help sick and injured people.
You said you help with sick and injured people. How do you help with this vehicle behind us?
The vehicle behind us has all of our medical tools in there that we might need, and it also helps us transport people to the hospital.
All right, can we go ahead and take a look inside?
Sure, so this is the life pack. This helps us get vital signs like heart rate, oxygen, blood pressure, anything that we might need to transmit to the hospital. This is a stretcher. This helps us move people from the ambulance in their house if people aren't able to move or anything. This is a stair chair. This helps us, if people can't move, we move them up and down the stairs with the treads on it. And this in here is a scoop stretcher, so this helps us pick people up.
What is it like to drive an ambulance?
Usually we follow the same traffic laws. If we're running emergent, we could turn on our lights and sirens and go through red lights. That's basically it.
I heard you say earlier that you did the CTC. Were you able to graduate and do this right after?
Yeah, I actually started at Fort Osage Fire when I was 18. I took a little break off to get my certifications and everything, but the class prepared me for all of it and I was able to start.
Now I'm here with Stone. Can you tell me about how you became a firefighter?
I was a volunteer for 3 years, and then I got into a class to get my state certifications so that I could be a firefighter one day, and then eventually after that I got into an EMT class so that I could apply and work here.
And then what is the process to getting to a call?
It depends on what call it is, because if it's a medical call, we will go with the ambulance in case they need any help lifting or moving a patient or taking care of one. And if it's a fire call, we will run over here and get dressed before we get in and then get seat belted in. And while we're seat belted in, we put our air packs on so that we can breathe inside a smoky environment.
And what makes a good firefighter?
Training and repetition, being prepared.
How do you stay safe during an emergency call?
It's kind of like the same answer as the last one, training. We train to be safe and recognize dangerous situations so that we can keep ourselves safe and others safe.
Now I'm here with Rexford. Can you tell us a little bit about how you became a firefighter?
Yeah, so I grew up kind of in the service. My dad was a firefighter first, so I kind of grew up in the fire station, kind of being part of that culture a long time ago. So I kind of had the desire from a young age, and then went through the same process the other guys did, going through the CTC and getting all my certifications.
What skills do you have to become a firefighter?
There's quite a few. Quick thinking, ability to adapt and overcome to changing scenarios is probably one of the big ones to have.
Can you tell us a story about a time where you saved somebody's life in a call?
Yeah, so on the fire truck side, we do a lot of car wrecks, pretty frequently. We had a call one time where we had a car that was hydroplaned, slid off the road. Their doors were stuck shut, so we had to use these tools over here to get their doors open, help them out, make sure they're okay. Got them down to the hospital, and everybody was fine.
What's one thing about fire safety that a lot of people don't think about?
So with that being at home with your family, always try and have a plan, like a meeting place where you're going to go if your smoke detectors are going off. Make sure everyone's out, leave your doors closed. Those are kind of the bigger things to think about.
What things should a kid ask their parents about fire safety at home?
So when it comes to safety, there's no bad question. So if you have a question, always ask one of your parents and they can try and help give you the best answer they can.
Can you show us around the different parts of a fire truck?
Yeah, so starting in the front here, this is where our captain sits. He's our company officer, so he's the man in charge on the fire truck. Moving on to this door, these two back seats are where our firefighters sit. So they're gonna make the aggressive attack on the fire with the captain. Moving up here, there's a bunch of hand tools, axes, sledgehammers, stuff like that, along with all of our hose lines that we're going to use on the fire attack. There's a lot of other tools in this pull-out tray also. One of them is a backboard, and the other ones are struts for car wrecks. Going up to this compartment, these are all power tools that help us with vehicle extrication, so gaining entry into a car if a patient's stuck in it or for whatever reason. There's 3 different ones. This is the jaws of life. This is the most common that kids would know. We call them spreaders. This tool behind it, they're cutters, and this one's a ram. So going on to the next, this compartment pretty well just consists of a chainsaw for ventilation, cutting a hole in a house, and then all the gas and oil that goes with it. Right here we have our pump panel, and then a lot of different adapters for hose lines and different nozzles, stuff like that. This big yellow hose here that you see, that's our supply line, so that's what we hook up to a fire hydrant to get water into the truck. In the back here, this is where all of our connections are. If we were to hook up to a fire hydrant, we would connect to one of these 2 connections down below. Everything above that we would use to get water out of the truck, so through hose lines and stuff like that. In this compartment, we have cribbing. We would use this on car wrecks to stabilize the vehicle, or really in any scenario where we could stack it up to stabilize something to make it safe for us. Up top here, we have water rescue equipment. We have life jackets, helmets, ropes, stuff like that, so we can help people if they're in a scenario where they're in water and we need to get them out. Down below, this is a big fan. It's called a ventilation fan. We will put it at the front door of houses and in the case of a fire to try and clear the smoke out, make the environment safe for everybody. There's 2 seats in the back where the firemen sit. And as you can see, their gear is always here and ready if we catch an alarm. They're able to quickly get in and get buckled up. Right here is the engineer's seat. This guy drives the truck and he pumps the truck in the case of a fire. So that is pretty well his only job. Last, around the front, we have another hose line that we'll use on small fires, so dumpsters, cars, trash fires, stuff like that.
Here you have all your equipment. Can you tell us about what it's all for and how you put it on?
Of course. So for starters, we have my lowers over here, which is basically just pants. These go over all the clothes that you have on. I keep gear in here, my gloves, and it's just boots and pants. Here you have your jacket. It's got 3 layers to protect you from any heat or anything. This is my gloves to protect your hands. And I keep more gear in there. Here's the helmet. It says probationary on it because I'm still within my first year. I keep my light on here so that I can see in a fire. And these are called Borks to protect your eyes on a vehicle electrocution or anything like that. And then this is probably the most important of all. You have your air pack here. It's basically just a backpack full of air. You got your air tank, it holds 5,500 PSI. And then got my mask attached to it. This obviously goes on your face and has a little heads-up display in there to show you how much air you have left.
How heavy is all of it?
It's about 60 pounds a year.
Now that I know about all this equipment, can you give me steps of how to put it on?
Of course. I'll steal that microphone from you. So you're gonna come over here and you're gonna go ahead and pop your shoes off. And then you're gonna put your feet in these boots here. It's just like a big pair of overalls. Yep, so now you're gonna grab these straps here, pick them up, throw them over your shoulders. All right, now that you have that, this is a Nomex. You'd usually put this on, but I'm gonna save you the hassle from that. So next you're gonna throw on your jacket here. So you're just gonna slip your arm in there, and then around to the other side.
I can't breathe.
All right, and now you're gonna throw this on, just like a big backpack. This is the heaviest part. So go ahead and slip your arm through there. It's heavy. Onto the other side. Here, I'll help you. Go ahead and squeeze your arm in there. Perfect. And then you got straps there. You're gonna pull your straps down. Right. It helps if you lean forward while you do it. Basically it. All right, here's your helmet. Now I think you're ready.
Okay, obviously that was a lot of gear. How fast do you have to get this done when you're responding to a call?
In the academy, the required time is 2 minutes, but obviously when you're in the field, you want to do it as fast as possible. So as long as it's less than that, you should be fine.
I'm Assistant Chief Jason Bodine, so we're going to do a gear race. Are you ready? Yeah. You ready? And go!
Yeah, he's not done. He's still got stuff to go. Yeah, zip up your coat.
Obviously I lost. Let's go see the ladder now.